You are duty-bound to obey me.
Absolute power.
I must kill hundreds of men, women, and children.
Corrupts.
The King of England must be overthrown by force.
Absolutely.
I swear I will make him eat us out.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers returns as Henry VIII in an all-new season of the Emmy Award-winning Showtime original series, The Tudors.
In Series 3, Henry is increasingly a monster, even when he doesn't think he is.
Let us prosecute with absolute diligence all those who stubbornly stand against us.
He wants power. He enjoys this power, and it's almost psychotic.
They have to and will be punished for it.
His pursuit of a male heir had cost many lives, had divorced England from Rome, had changed history, had caused massive distress and disturbance in the lives of hundreds of thousands of people.
Amen.
At the end of the last season, he had just met Jane Seymour, which is now going to become his third wife.
She is the queen that Henry loved, the love of Henry's life.
I think you're a child.
I am. She sees a side of Henry where he's just Henry.
Jane is such a wonderful queen. She was responsible for the rejoining of Mary and her father, which Mary wanted so much.
And that's where you see how political really she is. She did quite a lot in her short time.
Henry desperately wants a son, and Jane gives him a son at the expense of her own life.
Just because you have done everything that you've promised, please don't leave me.
He is shocked by how his heart crumbles. He's going into that very, very dark place.
We have come here in great haste. A great part of the North have risen in sudden rebellion against His Majesty.
The Pilgrimage of Grace almost completely rewrote the history of England.
People, they're no longer willing to stand by and watch their faith and everything that they care for being stripped away.
We have a rebellion against Henry's rule.
This Pilgrimage of Grace, this great uprising of the faithful.
Eventually 40,000 people under arms.
Cromwell's agenda is to smash the power of the Catholic Church. The king is going to get what he wants, and it's Cromwell's job to do that.
If still they do not submit, Mr. Cromwell, their wives and their children, I will destroy them all.
He didn't care. If you didn't like it, I'll kill your family.
Oh, God!
If you still don't like it, I'll kill your family and your friends.
I'll teach these rebels a fearful, bloody lesson in slaughter!
Charles, he's sent north to put this Pilgrimage of Grace down. Charles is a Catholic, secretly, but he's still a supporter of the Reformation.
It is my purpose here to show a fearful example to those who would disobey.
And he's forced to do things which he finds incredibly distasteful.
I wonder if your Majesty could frame your mind towards a new marriage. Cromwell has an agenda outside of what we ever see from the king's eyes. Marriage to Anne of Cleves would bring with it the military and financial support of the Protestant League.
Henry decides on the spot that he doesn't like her.
She looks like a horse!
She's getting married to Henry VIII, and he is very frightening. She knows what he's done before. He's chopped off their heads and done horrible things to a lot of people.
Perhaps Lord Cromwell has overreached himself.
Henry later blamed him for setting him up with a bride he didn't like and didn't want.
And Mr. Cromwell, I am not well handled.
This show it's showing history, it's showing fact and imagination all at the same time.
What it comes down to is human elements. Love, hate, jealousy, greed, pain, sorrow.
It's just fascinating.
It's sexy and it's intriguing and it's dramatic.
We can expect great things. It's a huge event.
The epic story unfolds in an all-new season of The Tudors. Premieres Sunday, April 5th, only on Show.